this wild ride. We're here to say we're living the imperfect
What is
way.
freaking up? My name is Eve.
My name is Sarah.
And we are Burnt Out Perfectionist.
Tis we are.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Fun fact, we actually have to record another episode for next week anyway, because I'm only off on Monday.
Oh, that is not fun for Eve.
That's fine.
Also, we already recorded an episode and it got completely botched because of, anybody guess for it? Drum roll, please. Yeah, another Apple update.
What is your survive and thrive for the past week or so since
I survive is I spring cleaned so hard on Sunday that fucked my back up so bad. I was literally laying on the ground, and that was the exact moment after nobody had gone in and out of my house that everybody decided to come. So my friend's kid is her neighbor too, and he just started doing this whole thing where he knocks on the door now instead of just walking in my house like he's done his almost entire life.
wants to be a gentleman now,
apparently. And he waits at the door, and I was like, the window's open, and I'm like, just come inside, I know it's you. And he's like, what? Like, oh my goodness. So I had to get off the floor, but my back hurts so bad. I got so much stuff done.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't been at my house for a full week because I stayed at Eve's week. My husband had to go away for work and stuff. So we just stayed here because it was closer to where everything else was, which was awesome. But it meant that I had zero food in my house. My freezer, definitely both freezers needed to be cleaned. I had to restock on a bunch of essentials. It was just one of those multi-day trip grocery shop prep type of things.
I'm boring you.
I know. I stayed up later, obviously, to edit the podcast on Sunday because I was going to do it earlier, but my back hurt so bad I couldn't sit on the couch. I had to lay. And then yesterday, it was a dress up day today for my kids' school thing. And we pulled out some stuff and we were like, okay, cool. But then I realized that I could totally DIY some stuff with my Cricut.
Yeah.
And an old sweatshirt of yours that you had when we did our back and forth swapsies.
Do you still need to go through the stuff underneath your bed?
Oh, I did go through the stuff underneath my bed.
Did you?
Yes, that's why I have a bag of some shorts.
Oh, beautiful.
And not a whole lot of stuff though. I got rid of a ton of stuff last year.
That's why you and you're like, I have a bunch of stuff in my bed. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you don't.
I know, but I did have some stuff. There's also more stuff of my kids under the bed.
Oh, that's good.
And my husband's, which is sweet because he lives in shorts and tank tops in the summertime.
Yeah.
And spring because it gets very warm in the afternoon.
We don't really have our spring consists of it's chilly in the morning and then it's 25 degrees in the afternoon.
Not even afternoon. It's 10 a.m. It's fucking hot.
And it'll be so chilly that the dog doesn't even want to go out. And I'm like, it's so cold.
Oh my goodness. And then it's fine. But yeah, I was extremely productive, which is such a huge positive, and got a bunch of stuff done that I wanted to get done.
Yeah.
And a thrive if you must. But the survive was definitely my body being you're almost 40. Your back hurts. I heard that, that it's meh. Where someone just drops and they're just done. That's exactly how I felt.
I feel that.
I literally could have gone to bed early and my kid could have just worn whatever today. But I was I have leftover gold vinyl.
Yeah.
Iron-on vinyl. I have this sweater. Why don't I just try? Oh, and then I made the sash that Jeannie has out of a shirt that was stained or whatever. And we are going to take it to Valley Village anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And I made the sash. And then I was but she needs a lamp. So, yeah.
I get that though. It's very you get interested and then you feel it after and you're like, oh, I feel great that I did it.
Yes.
But my body's you know what you need? A nap.
I put her to bed. She went to bed earlier. And then I freaking came upstairs. And I was and I come running upstairs and stuff. And I start pulling everything out. And then I pull out my giant Fiskars cutting mat. And I put it down. And my husband goes, oh, are we getting crafty? I'm I'm just going to see what I can do. I'm okay. But when my kid woke up this morning, the look on her face was so good. I'm hey, you got to get ready. She's yes, I'm so excited. And then I'm look what I made you while you were sleeping. She's oh my God, that is so cool.
At least it's comfy too.
Oh, yeah. And she can totally wear it again.
Oh, yeah.
Not the sash, obviously. I mean, if she wants to rock the sash, she can go ahead. But the sweatshirt's totally wearable again.
I find that, like, we're at that time where it's so nice outside that I don't want to do stuff inside, but I'm like, I need to, like, especially like this room. Like, I've talked about it probably many times on the podcast. Sarah edits it. Of like wanting to figure out a better system, but I'm like, it's so nice outside. All I
Yeah.
want to do is just like lay outside, and then I'm like, I need to weed outside. But it's like that, like, I just want to sit in the sunshine. But I know it's fine. But I'm just like,
I do the exact same thing, but my prepping ideas, the most I can get done right now, where it's like easier temperature regulation,
yeah,
means that in the summertime I can like go hang out outside like early in the morning till like about 1
yeah,
until it gets too fucking hot and then I want to go inside.
totally.
But then at least I'll have that extra time. I mean, like, hopefully, and there won't be as much crap. Also,
Smoke.
I still need to move around my front room. I'm just
I think I already did
constantly
that.
pondering what I'm going to do.
Last night, as I was laying in bed, and I don't know why, I was having the weirdest dream about like I was running somewhere.
Oh.
Like I was like kidnapped or something, and I like broke out and I was running. And I felt like it was weird.
Oh.
Maybe I just aspired that I was getting the Noah Kahn album today. But I was like, I must run. Which, if you live in Canada, well, if you live in BC, there's a lovely lady on TikTok who shows all the fun stuff at Costco. But we went this morning because I needed to get more chocolate muffins for a brother, and I needed creamer because I wanted coffee. I wanted iced coffee. I'm in my iced coffee vibe. And we walked down like every aisle because, like, why wouldn't you?
Also, it was like just opened, peak time to go. Like when we were leaving is when there was like a herd of people leaving.
It was like 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it was great.
Beautiful. Like, we got all the stuff, we got our food, and as we're walking out, Sarah looks at me and goes, "Look at the lineup."
Dude, there was like enough people that they were almost past the clothing section.
Yeah. So, and like our clothing section is like you have like the snacks, and then it goes into like the flowers clothing section, and so it's like probably about 20 to 30 people were in the lineup, and when we were in, there was maybe 2 people in front of us. And so we got our hot dog. Yes, we had a Costco-sized hot dog at 9:00 in the morning.
With gravy and french fries.
Ooh, so good.
So delicious.
My pop's still upstairs. And but I'm very excited about the Noah Kahn album. I'm excited to open it.
I know it looks really cool. Like, I couldn't believe it when we were walking past because I'm going to be totally honest. When I see records at Costco, 99% of the time, they are Taylor Swift. And
Yeah.
I'm not like a Swiftie music fan. So I was just like, oh, it's another album again. And walked past. And all of a sudden I looked at the tag and it's like Eve's hands go out and she grabs it at the same time. We look at each other. I'm like, oh my God, it's fucking Noah Kahn.
Which, like, I feel like I'm like the pick me up. I'm left Noah Kahn for like this. Like, I will state probably I have listened to so much Alex Warren and Noah Kahn that I was in their top 0.001%. To so much though, I got videos from multiple artists.
Oh, the ones where they're just like, hi, you're in this percentage. Are you okay?
Oh no, Alex was
Warren's.
like, are you in therapy?
Are you in therapy? Do you have a dead parent?
Yeah.
I was like, yes, I do.
So, I've listened, like, I'd say probably Alex Warren, Lewis Capaldi, Ed Sheeran, and Noah Kahn are like my most common people that I will listen to consistently. Also, Frail Skies EP, what a bop.
Oh, fucking so good.
Amazing. And so, actually, last night, our mom looked at me and was like, I'm really enjoying listening to Noah Kahn and Alex Warren. I was like, yes. So, the vinyl would not go to waste. And I am very excited to be able to listen to it. I say my thrive. I'm gonna do 2 thrives. I don't really have a survive. My survive's always just I'm tired. If you ever think of me, I'm just tired. My thrive 2 is that recording this April 28th, and today we will be launching the rebrand of Overwhelmed, the label.
Yes. So
.ca.
we have decided to go in a completely different direction and just like way more us. We were able to find garments that were completely different to put our designs on, ones that we have literally been searching high and low for them in stores.
I think
and everything.
We've also, like, it's something I need to change my posture. We have also, like, it's the thing that we wanted to start with like at the beginning, but it wasn't a thing. So like when we started, we do print on demand because unfortunately I don't have the money for inventory, but also having the space for inventory.
Yes, it's very different now.
We don't have that. So we have always wanted stonewashed, acid wash, any sort of the soft
I
washes.
call it the comfiest fabric in the whole world.
Yeah. I'm literally wearing a stonewashed t-shirt at this moment in time.
Wait.
Are you too?
I'm wearing a Stonewashed t-shirt. This is a Guns N' Roses Stonewashed t-shirt, but it is. This is that one I've had for so long. It barely even looks like it's stonewashed anymore, but it's so soft.
So I got this one. It's like a burgundy stonewash one. I love it. And a huge issue we always have found is when I hate see-through shirts.
Yes.
I don't like any of those like shirts that are weird. Also, if I wanted a stonewash shirt, everything was like the same 3 bands. And I was like, I want to be able to like wear stuff like,
You mean AC/DC, Rolling Stones, and Guns N' Roses?
yeah.
Or Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin's just become,
Pink Floyd is another
Yeah.
one that's very popular.
and so Nirvana.
Oh, if there, I haven't found one, but if I found one, I would definitely wear it. I love Nirvana.
And it was like this consistent thing where you would like be like, oh, these shirts are really comfortable, or these sweaters are really comfortable. Oh, they have the stuff. And then I think when we first started to, I don't know if it was in the last episode, but I tried to get a sweater from a store, and it was a licensed piece of merchandise.
Oh yeah, that
device.
was like 2 episodes ago.
2 episodes ago. And if you haven't listened to that one, I was just I have a lot of issues with textures, and I like to be comfortable.
Also, I want it to actually be stonewashed or acid washed. I don't want it to be printed to look like it is stonewashed or acid washed, which
Yeah.
there's been a lot of ones that have come up with like that, or even they've showed up and they've been like shiny.
Well,
And I'm like, what is this?
and a lot of the time too, like when I wanted a cobalt blue sweater, I wanted a cobalt blue sweater.
Yeah.
I didn't want like a navy sweater or like
It's like just a little bit brighter than navy. Oh, this
Yeah.
is cool. And you get it and you're like, oh, like the time that I ordered a sweater and I ordered a green sweater and everything was fine for the dimming and everything that was on your computer screen. And it showed up. I love the sweater, but it was about 5 shades brighter green than what I thought it was going to be.
she thought it was gonna be hunter green and it was Kelly green. Which, if you don't know the difference in greens, then it's like the Eagles logo versus the Eagles like retro uniforms
Okay.
versus like the Seahawks
I was going to go.
colors.
It's like Green Bay.
Yeah, you
The
thought it
Green
was
Bay
gonna be
Pack-
Green
I
Bay,
thought it was going to be Green Bay Packers.
and it was Eagles.
And it was, yeah, and it was like, it was Eagles, which is great.
Yeah,
And that's not the team that was on it because it was like one of the ones where we had with one of our designs on it. I still wear it. I still get compliments on it, but it was significantly brighter than what she pulled it out. And I was like, oh,
another issue. Like we had a lot of issues with like finding stuff. Like when you would just like you'd look at a shirt. Say you go to the store, you look at a shirt, you're like, I'd really like it, but I'd like it better like this.
yeah.
And so then we kind of fell into the portion of like, oh, well, we'll just kind of keep on putting stuff on in a million colors and see what happens.
Yeah.
And so now I'd say like our saying is like something you would steal from your parents' closet in the 80s or 90s.
Yeah, because it's like classic. Like if you were to put something on and be comfy, like Eve wanted something that was like Northern Lights.
Yeah.
And I used to steal our dad's sweaters all the time. And
Isn't it Northern Reflections?
Is it Northern Lights? No, yeah, Northern Reflections.
Yeah, I love Northern Reflections.
I
Like the
also
old
loved
school-
our dad always had Wind River, which I don't know if that's
Yes.
like Canadian specific. He was at like Mark's, but he would get them and they would be like stonewashed. He like obviously they were like huge on me, but they were just so comfortable. Like I just loved them so much.
And like I like to have sweaters that like I can put on that I'm like, oh, this is so comfy.
It's like unique without being obnoxious. Because I feel like every single sweater I went to get that had something cool on it that I liked was always black. And I mean, I'm not a no black person.
Yeah.
But when it comes to always having like the only options for those were black or like a light gray
Mm-hmm.
And then they throw in like a random one every once in a while. But other than that, like that was literally what you could find in Stonewashed stuff. And yeah, it's a look and it can work really great. But you know what? Sometimes I really want to bring some color back to this world because it's a little too neutral.
It can bring a little whimsy.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is like obviously this first launch is like a tester. There's like I think 5 sweaters, a couple of phone cases.
There's like 8 items in total. Yeah.
Yeah, it was mainly to get the website reset up and stuff.
Yeah.
Rejigged and everything, recoded, recolor schemed. And then like instead of doing like big launches, we're just gonna post stuff when we want to post stuff.
Yep. Instead of like waiting and anticipating and putting all the extra things up. Like we'll still do build up for when we're launching things, but hey, you know, one time we might just launch like a specific hoodie. And we're not gonna launch it in like all 15 colors that we have the possibility. We're gonna match it to the design and then stick with that one. So that way there's not just 18 bajillion options unless people are like, I really want this on this color. And we get like 500 to 600 people who say that, then 100% will do it.
Yeah, like it would have to be more than one.
100% more than one person.
Because it's like it's very easy when you start a business for people to have their opinions and you're like, oh, okay, great, I'll do exactly like kind of what they say.
Yeah.
And then there's no return.
Sometimes there's no follow through. Sometimes it just like doesn't end up being, it may have been what that person wanted, but didn't align with how you wanted it to be out in the world.
Also, like when we started Overwhelmed in 2024, 2023, I didn't know what to wear. I just started, like, I was still working. I was it was like still kind of like COVID was still kind of weird.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't know what I wanted. I literally was like, I want a sweater that has color and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it was basically like, okay, so you could have animals, bands, or a quote in a font you can't see.
Yeah.
Like those were the extents of what I see still. And like I remember like a few years ago I bought a bunch of stuff from H&M of like sweaters. Not sweaters. Of colorful t-shirts. And like now I go on there and I'm like everything's black, white, and navy.
Which is weird. They do go through phases. I feel like they come out with a lot more of like the fun stuff in the spring and summer.
Well, and like Old Navy does that too, and people are like, oh, well, I love these, like, I love their vintage tees, but there's never anything on them.
Mm-hmm.
And like the ones that have the things on them are see-through.
100%. Or shit that I don't care. Like I know I can put stuff on there, but like I'm not gonna be sitting here getting a bunch of like DTFs made to put on a bunch of shirts when I could just get it all done at once. Like,
Or I could just make it, and it's...
if I want a plain shirt, cool, I'll go right ahead, because if anybody actually has color, usually in the adult section, it's usually Old Navy.
Yeah. So that's a very exciting thing, is that sometime today we'll be posting. We didn't put a time because I was like, half the time I'd get up and we'd be like, we're going to do it at noon. And it would be like...
One time there was a full Shopify-wide, like, breakdown.
Yeah.
It just all stopped working. And I was like, what did we do?
And I was like, oh, okay, so I think probably maybe like 3:30.
Oh, yeah. We could just turn it on. See.
Yeah.
Again, it's only going to be available in Canada, just because if you are a tax expert and you know how to work the whole thing with the U.S. taxes and all the other things, we just don't want to piss off anyone in that area. So
It's also like learning how to do those things. Like, I would love to get to the point where we can expand to places, and like, I think
I'd love to do like all places who want
Oh,
to
yeah.
get something would be great. Not just because I'm like, I want to get the money, but because if somebody wants something and they can't obtain it where they are, then why not get it from us if they're in the same position looking for something?
I think also we started at a very like niche. We were like, oh, we're gonna do these very specific things. Oh, this doesn't fit this niche, and I'm like, I don't care. If I want to make it, I want to make it. Like, if I want to make a planner, I'm gonna make a planner. If I want to make, for instance, I want to make a pen testing book. I know that sounds random, but as somebody
No.
who literally uses markers all the time,
My daughter would love a marker testing book where she could write down the type of markers
yes,
and then color in the markers, because sometimes she'll go to use like the alcohol-based markers that she has that are from like the Dollarama
Mhm.
versus I say something that I have and she'll be like, ah, I'm like, why? She's like, I grabbed the wrong color. I'm like, okay. And she's like, oh, but I wanted like a variance in this. I'm like, well, that's okay. Like, and she figures it out. It's not like she's like, it is the end of the world, which would have been me as a child. But having that ability to see like what something will be is freaking great.
Also, as somebody who has a lot of pens,
I
and,
also
like, colors and
lose the
stuff,
little tester thing if there's one in the thing. I fucking lose it all the time.
why also are the papers so small?
They're so small. The boxes are so small. But the other thing is they never like, there's not a place for it to like actually be. It's just like free balling.
Yeah.
The freaking thing.
So that's like one thing that I would love to try to do. I have an idea of another thing, but I'm not going to say it because it's trendy right now. And so I don't want a business, which I have actually reached out to a business
Yeah.
who had products in the same genre of which, like, same like field of stationery.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, hey, this would be awesome. And they blew me off. So when in doubt, I'm going to make it.
When
then.
in doubt, figure it out.
So it's like those types of things. Like before, it's not that Sarah was like, you're not allowed to do that.
No,
Like, she
I
never
was just
said
like,
that.
my whole thing is like, I've done a lot of stuff in more like commercial areas
Yeah.
or helped people with things. And it's always emphasized, even when you see anything online when it comes to advice, it's always like, have a niche, stick to it, whatever. And my whole thing that I've always had an issue with is like, I either like pick something that's like so broad that it doesn't seem niche,
Yeah.
or I niche down like a lot when you're trying to figure it out. But then you can only niche so much. Sometimes you're like, okay, now I feel like stuck creatively. Like we made
Yeah.
one that said neurospicy, for example, which I absolutely love.
Mm-hmm.
And I had my sweater up until the moment it was damaged in the washing machine. But due to a yellow shirt leaking all over an entire white slope, which is just so joyful. And it wasn't even, I don't even know how it got in there. Any hoozle. It was a great sweater.
Mm-hmm.
The message was great. Just like the dyslexic definition sweater and like t-shirts and stuff like that we had. They're great. And again, very niche. We can have something like that in the future, but instead of having it more like simplistic, we could have like something else that's even more kind of like, it's almost like sneaky.
It's like saying it without saying it. Like,
yes.
you want to wear something that, like, for me, I don't tell people about like any of my medical things until someone's like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, oh, I should probably tell you.
Yeah.
Or, like, I work with you. I should probably tell you.
Someone's like, oh my God, how do you get all this stuff done? How do you think of all these creative things? I'm like, ADHD.
How do you have all
do
these-
that Renee Rapp quote because it's the best.
Like, what do you have? And so to explain that to people, it's like you can make stuff that's like neurospicy for a long time was like almost like a secret code, and like now everybody kind of says it.
Yeah.
And it's like you want to make something, for instance, like babe or friend
Yeah.
or pal.
Yeah.
So we were like wanting to come up with different things that were like more creative of like things that we like to do. So I love coffee, which majority of the human race likes coffee.
It's just like wine, especially iced coffee
Yeah.
or matcha and wine. That's like the white girl's dream right there.
Literally,
The white girl's trifecta, if you would.
I like stationery and stuff and like those types of things. So if I put in iced coffee club, do you know how many iced coffee clubs there are in this world?
Oh, there's so many. It's just like when you're looking through stuff and you make a joke about like ADHD, people always have like some type of like, this is my allergy to people pills, my serotonin pills, this is my
Chill pill.
or one thing that I like, I personally wouldn't have it on clothing, but have you seen the stickers of the happy dumpster that's on fire?
Yes.
See, I love that, but again, I wouldn't put that on a sweatshirt. I feel like people would be like, "Are you okay?"
Like, I feel like there's things, it's like dogs' names versus kids' names.
Yes.
Like, I know this sounds random, but like, there's things that like you almost feel like are suited for one thing versus the other.
Like personally, I would call a dog whiskey anytime,
Yeah.
but I don't think I would call a child whiskey.
Yeah.
But ironically, I would call a child or a dog Bailey.
But that's a universal name.
Yes.
But it would be like looking at your dog and naming it like
Samantha. No.
Samantha,
Veronica.
Jessica. Like it doesn't fit, but like Zoe.
Yes.
Something like cute or like Chloe.
Usually like E names or names that end in Y work best for dogs.
Yeah.
Especially
like,
for recall.
Exactly. So like there's certain things that your brain starts to think of like, oh, that dumpster sticker sounds cute.
It's
But,
cute.
like, it'd be
I love
cute
it as
as
a
a
sticker.
sticker.
Or as a phone case. A sticker or a phone case. Personally for me. But like, I know that I would not be walking around with a t-shirt or a hoodie. And it's not just because I'm a mom. I don't want to embrace it. Sometimes I feel like a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
But also that's like, it's like funny, ironic, and sarcastic, but it's very like adult.
Okay. My first one of a trend that I was late on is wired glasses.
Yeah.
I know this is random. I know this is out of the blue, out of all the things that I could possibly talk about. I have always been a tortoiseshell glasses wearer.
Mm-hmm.
And so the last time I went to go get my eyes checked and get my glasses, my pupils were dilated so much so I was a Disney princess, and my mummy came and helped me because I couldn't see. And I put the ones that I'm wearing on right now, and I've always been like, oh, I need to have darker frames because I have a big head. I got dark eyebrows. I got dark eyes. And I always thought wearing like those like trendy glasses made me look like a bobblehead. Like that's the best way I could say it.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. I've always worn like black rimmed glasses for years, or I get tortoiseshell. But yeah, it was like always like a thicker plastic eyeglass, mainly because like, like I'm old, and that was like the emo new girl easy eyeglass where you put it on and everything to me is like, oh, everything looks great. And then I got clear. They're like transparent lilac or whatever glasses. And I was like, holy shit, that is such a difference on my face.
It just makes you look like I would always have like the heavier ones. I've never had like the nose pieces and anything like that. The amount of people, like older people, that have come up to me that are like, I am so glad that the glasses I wore when I was a kid are coming back. And I'm like, I've always had an issue with seeing frames. So I don't know why I was so against metal frames when I was like, oh.
I thought it was like a pressing or something on the side of your head, or
No,
some people don't like it, or sometimes it rubs and people have like reactions. But they look really good because they're nice and light on your face.
And they're like not heavy on my face either.
No, traditionally the metal ones were heavier because that was like the first set of glasses I had when I was in grade 5.
Yeah.
Mine were like, they were like metal, but they almost had, I don't know, they had some design on the front. It wasn't paint though. It was almost like resin. So they were like heavier, but
yeah.
obviously like that was the 90s. Of course things were heavy then.
True. I feel like we've talked about it before. We weren't really late to it. I feel like were we early to it?
What are we talking about?
Not going to the hairdresser?
I
Like
feel like for a lot of people, they started doing that during COVID.
Yeah.
Or if like budgets and stuff changed, when there was more some educated online information on social media platforms and stuff like that. I think because it was always like a routine thing, like, especially if you watch like older movies or you talk to somebody who's literally like 90 years old, even now, they have like a routine where they go and get their hair set,
Yeah.
curled, hang out with their friends, get their nails done, get their toes done. Like it was like a whole experience. But that whole experience for them would cost like $25 to get all that stuff done.
True.
And like gradually over time, everything's gone up because of like chemicals, the economy, all the other things, right? So a lot less people are doing that. And I think it's just because we're not, I mean, I'm crazy specific when it comes to some things in my life, but other things in my life, I'm like, I'll just put it in my fucking bucket. And that's just like, see how it goes. Like, bleach my hair out and put purple in. Why not? I'm just going to put purple over top of it. So who cares?
True.
And it's not like I'm out here whipping out 40 developer freaking rock and bleach in my hair. When I first started doing it, I went to Sally Beauty. Some people, I believe now you have to have a license when you work there. If not, then they go, I actually don't have the license. I work here, and point to the other person. I always started with like a 20 volume.
Yeah.
I was never like ripping out of my hair. But I mean, I used to dye my hair with whatever that mystery developer is in the box from like Garnier Fructis or Herbal Essence at the store. So I literally have been dyeing my hair, and I think I've only gone to a salon to dye my hair a couple years in my life. Most of the time, it was some form of DIY.
I've never had my hair dyed at a salon.
Thank God. Because you know how much it costs when you have thick hair?
I have so much. I have long hair that grows fast.
Yeah.
So I need to get. I would have
They
to
usually
get.
like it's thick and it's long, and oh God, what do you want done? And like for me, it was just like the cost of the charge versus like what I could seriously attempt at home, and being able to access things like Sally Beauty, or like we have people who we know who can get access to like the salon, like depot type stores and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Why?
I think one of the ones you had said was you were late to the trend of the Cricut. Because, like, we've had one
100%.
there.
Well, they're expensive as shit. Like when you go to, especially when I went to go get one, everywhere I went, it was like you were cashing in like $600. And then I randomly signed up for the Cricut website. Also, Google alerts. If you want something and it's expensive and you want to follow it anywhere,
Yeah.
on any site, use Google alerts. They're not, like, Google is not sponsoring, but I am a massive fan of Google. And I had an alert go off on their website, and it was like, oh yeah, you can get a Cricut maker. This is before they had them at Costco, because of course they showed up 30 days after never being in the store ever. But I paid the same amount that most people, actually I paid less than what people paid at Costco. I paid $350, but I saved up birthday money, Christmas money, all that other stuff from people. I bought it, and I got, because you buy it when you buy it from the Cricut site, I got an entire bundle of things. Like, I got a shit ton of vinyl, a bunch of cardstock. They give you all the mats, you get all the tools. So basically, like, as soon as it arrived, I had everything. And I'm still using some of that stuff, like some of the supplies and everything, to do those projects. My friend's kid is filling in on a spring hockey team, and he has the same jersey, but there's a kid who has the same number as him. So ordering a jersey in the same print with all the same stuff, it would basically show up at the end of the season, and they really needed him to like match people instead of wearing, considering he had it. So she was able to go get like the same color, and we just picked a random number that would fit over top of it, and then I measured it, and we cut it out and ironed it over, and he's good to go. Like, just those simple little things. I love making cards on it and everything. And for the longest time, I was like, oh, it's one of those like make work things or whatever. But it actually is like, it's super fun. It is confusing as all hell when you first get it, when you're trying to figure it out.
True.
And you're like, what the fuck is this? How is this thing measuring? Like, even though it says width and height, you're like, how do I do this? Got to figure out when you're doing iron on transfer, which way to put it down. Because if you put it down the wrong way, then you're cutting the back of it instead of like the actual part. Like, there's all these like idiosyncrasies when it comes to it, but it's super fun, and you can make something that's like boring just like so great.
Yeah.
And I forget about it sometimes. Like, I have it set up all the time. It's not like it hides away,
Yeah.
but I forget sometimes, and then I'll be like, oh fuck, I can do that. I can just make that right now. Like when you're like, oh, I need to go get some labels to put on something or whatever. If you have like a container or a bin, and I'm like, what the fuck am I talking about? I literally have a Cricut. I can just do that.
Just pull up the. And the nice thing is, like, you can pick, like, I did my friend's spice jars. I could pick out the, like, font she wanted.
Yeah.
You could print out the color, and it could be exactly the same. And you know what? If she accidentally ripped one, here's an extra one.
Yeah.
If you get more of them, here's the extra one. And she's like, great, I don't have to store these extra labels.
Also, if you love satisfying things,
Oh.
weeding vinyl is so satisfying to me. It's like my own little Zen garden.
Oh, I
I
do
love
love
it.
weeding. Like, I do love weeding to an extent. At one point, I had to do 86 of the same thing, and I was like,
Oh yeah, that's like a lot.
I'm annoyed. When you're doing, like, the little thing, like, the little fun project, you're like, ooh.
Or like really thin script font. You're like, son of a bitch. I'm going to rip this.
Oh.
Or my favorite, where did the dot to the I go?
I do offset. Do you know how to offset something?
Nope.
It's so, like, when you do something that has, like, a bigger sheet, you peel it off, and then it gives a little outline. So then when you peel the one side out, it makes, like, an outline around it. So you peel the big piece off, and then, like, it's a lot easier.
Oh, I need to know how to do that.
It's very great. It's very lovely.
Fabulous. But yeah, I mean, like, that's another fun little thing. Late to the party on. I, a millennial, love myself some skinny jeans. Eve loved herself some pants. We'd always
Some
feel
pants.
some pants.
What do you mean by pants?
I mean, in general, like, we always stuck to, like, it's not that we're, like, baggy or barreled or whatever, but sometimes we would stick to buying the same types of jeans and then be annoyed that they were tight and we didn't want to wear them.
Music-wise, wired headphones. I purchased wired headphones off of Amazon. They were $10 for the USB-C. So
Those were only $10.
they were like 10 or $12.
They literally look like the ones that you used to get with your phone for free.
They're literally the best thing ever. You don't have to charge them.
That's one thing, is like the inconvenience of having to charge everything in this world.
So, fun fact, Europe has passed a law that you have to have a removable battery for the consumer.
Which is what all cell phones used to have before iPhones came out. iPhones were the first, if not the first phone. There was probably an Android phone at some point, but were the first phones that had integrated batteries. Before you would press volume up, press volume down, and hold the side to reset your phone, it used to be take out the battery, wait 30 seconds, and plug it back in.
I think another trend that it like was starting to come back during COVID. So in Canada, you can't get plastic bags because they're banished.
They are banished.
They're banished.
They
but
told
you
us
can
about turtles. They took our plastic straws away.
So they decided, like, you have to buy bags. So you either have those, like, crappy felt ones, or as much as the Winners ones are cute, the plasticky ones, they slice my hands open.
Okay, they slice your hands open, or, like, they're really great, and then out of nowhere, one day, they, like, molt.
They molt, and also, until I found this lovely TikTok on how to fold the bags correctly, they would fly everywhere.
They just consume your life,
So-
because you always forget a bag.
Yeah, so I found a Market Tote, which is a tote bag that has little slits inside of it to hold other bags. Then I slowly started buying tote bags, and I was like, this is magical. I can fold them up,
Yeah.
like for groceries and stuff.
100%.
Fold them up, put them in the bag. Granted, sometimes I still forget the bags, but, like, I have that. I will also say a trend that I was later on, and I think came out mainly during COVID, was espresso machines.
Oh, yeah.
So we've always owned a drip coffee maker. And for a while, like, I bought this one. It was blue. It was from Canadian Tire. And it burnt every form of coffee. And then I got a DeLonghi, and it is, like, it doesn't matter what you do. It is the most consistent coffee. It is the best coffee ever. And, like, now if I go to, like, any coffee shops, I'm like, my coffee's better.
I know, I used to always, like, run to try different things for, like, the longest time, especially when it came to, like, Starbucks.
Yeah.
And stuff. But I've realized that, like, if you have, like, good coffee at home, and I make mine in a coffee press.
Yeah.
If you can make good coffee at home, then it's good. And like I said to Eve, I'm like, it's good, it works. And then if it doesn't work one day, it's like 25 cents maybe. But if you're going to a place to get it, you're like, oh, they give me heartburn, I don't feel good, whatever. And that's like $3 to $4 that you didn't need to spend. I will state, though, I am a McDonald's coffee stan. Like, and I can get oat milk. I feel like the world is my oyster now that I can get dairy alternatives at places that aren't just Starbucks. Oh, something I was definitely late to was reading again. So I explained this like previously, but like I was in a car accident with our dad and I had a really bad concussion. So it caused me to either fall asleep or like I just couldn't remember what was on the last page.
Yeah.
Which kind of defeats the purpose of reading. So my friend Jen, who was in the same position as me, not car accident wise, but just like, I don't want to read. I don't have enough time, all those excuses. We started reading, she read the Housemaid series. It was like, dude, you need to read this. And I was like, I don't want to. I'm one of those people where if I see it and it completely floods my feed, I'm like, their PR team is great, but like, they're not going to get me.
Yeah.
So, I'm on the third and final book. Really like it. Great series. There's a movie coming out for the other book that Jen suggested, which is Verity, which is a Colleen Hoover book, which is generally not my jam. But I may read it because why not? But I did state that because of the Practical Magic 2 trailer and reading the comments, I found out it was a book series and I had no fucking idea that it was a book series. And I love stuff like that. Like my favorite show growing up was Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I love that. I love like witchy spooky things. Like I loved like Charmed and Grimm, like all that other kind of stuff. So it's like I like fantasy, but it doesn't need to be like extreme fantasy.
You like incorporated fantasy.
Yeah.
So like you don't like it when there's an entirely separate different world. You like it when like people are still living their lives, but there's aspects that like very like I didn't know I was a vampire slayer.
Yeah, like yeah, exactly. Like I love
Broke your brain
no, like
again.
no, that's the best way to explain it is I've been trying to figure out. That's why I was like, "Oh my god, of course Eve figured it out." I like having the illusion instead of like I know there's a lot of bad things that go on in this world that a lot of people don't know about. But I would love to have the illusion that maybe there is somebody stirring a pot with magical powers. Just being able to have that extra little like, but what if?
And I think that's why like the creativity portion. I also think like being creative and like the analog thing coming back, I think's been really good for people.
100%.
Because I also struggled that when we were starting Overwhelmed is that you're a very online person and I'm not. Like I can do stuff online, I can order
Yes.
stuff online, but I've always been pen and paper and then move up. And you're like, I made this, I pinned this, I sent it to you, and I was like, I'm staring at my computer for so long.
I know I'll go through these phases where like I can get all of my things or online and that's exactly how I can figure it out. Like my Apple Notes section is a fucking dumpster fire is the best way to explain it. Like that is my dumping ground, like my brain. That is like my brain dumping ground for like any type of information. That is probably my most used fucking app on my phone is Notes. But if I get overwhelmed or when it comes to something that is more like on like an emotional basis or anything, that's when I go back to like paper or if I want to do something like fun and creative and just focus on that one thing, like writing a chapter or whatever. But when I'm doing it on like a thing like a Google Doc, what happened was I wrote 2 chapters and then I literally went, fuck me, what was that character's name again? Type of thing. So then I was like, you know what I need to do? I need to write out an entire character profile for every single person and then have this individual document. So then I started doing that and then I got completely distracted by that. But then I needed to research something else and then I got overwhelmed and then I stopped because I just tried to do too many fucking things at the same time. Even if I did the same process and I had one notebook here that had that and the other notebook that was over here, I think that would have been better.
No, and I like literally this is my traveler's note. She holds 3 Moleskines notebooks in there, and I have one. The one with the stickers on it is my author notebook. Do I hate that I put stickers on it? Yes.
Oh, I fucking love stickers.
No, I love stickers.
But the only downfall is with stickers is then I want to get the clear stuff to like laminate them because if they peel up on the sides, then oh yeah, and you did that.
So then I have all of the books and stories everyone write. This one is when I have my journal prompts, and then this one is business. But I have them all in one place, and I made this, and it's huge.
But you had fun making it.
I have this guy, and it's sipping season, so he makes a bunch of mocktails.
Oh.
And I, for the longest time, so I choose not to drink. I don't do anything like that. I don't know if it's in this one, or I think it was in the corrupted one.
It could have been. Oh, whatever. We talk about this stuff all the time.
I'm not like sober or anything. I never had an issue with.
But you're not also
a
shamer.
Yeah, like I don't.
Yeah.
If you want to drink for me, I don't care. I want a special beverage. I know it's basically juices, but like,
Who fucking cares? People
It's
drink juice all the time.
but I watched like people like put all this effort into making like cocktails.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want a fun beverage that's something like that. Or like, I want something that's like easily drinkable. That's
Sometimes
fun.
you want something that's like refreshing. Like I love mojitos.
And like, I always like, I love like freckled lemonade and stuff like that.
Oh my god,
So,
the
like-
freckled lemonade at Red Robin to me is as equivalent as somebody getting a Grey Goose bottle at a restaurant.
Like,
it is never ending, and I will drink that shit forever.
It is so good. So like to me, I never was like, oh, well, I'm gonna add certain things, and now I'm like, I want to make all these fun drinks all the time. Like,
Yeah.
this is so much fun. Like, I want to be in the summertime of like drinking something that's like, oh, this got a fun little drink instead of like, I think probably the last thing I'll talk about for trends that I was like too is investing in your sleep.
Well, yes. So, even I have quite some sleep setups.
Which I have had insomnia most of my life. I have been exhausted 99% of my life.
Yeah.
Just, hemochromatosis, ADHD, and everything else underneath the sun. And so I was like, man, I should really invest in my sleep. So I started off with a mattress. And then I was like, oh, okay, I went to Costco. I'm a very hot sleeper. So I am a furnace. If I am slightly too hot, I do not sleep. So I got a grounding sheet, which is I need to put it on my bed. And I talked about it last week, and I need to do it tonight. And so I just put it on my bed. And it helps with like, it's supposed to increase the endorphins that you feel like when you touch grass with bare feet. And it's supposed to help with joint pain and stuff like that. Magical. So then I upgraded to that. Then I got a wedge pillow for the back so my pillows don't fall down. And then I was like, I have bad hips and joints and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, I wish I could just get like a pregnancy pillow. Well, hear me out. You're an adult. You could buy a pregnancy pillow.
You can buy whatever you want.
So as a 24-year-old female, I purchased a cooling pregnancy pillow off of Amazon. It was $40 and it was the best thing ever. And as I pull it out of the thing, my niece goes, "What is that, Auntie?" I was like, "It's a pillow for me to sleep." And then she stole it and took a nap, had a nap.
She instantly fell asleep. So she has one. I have one. My child has one.
Mhm.
And I have vertigo, which was due to a whole other thing. But I was like, oh my God, I was so scared after the last time I had it. I was like, I got to make sure I sleep right because if my neck goes weird, something's going to be off. And he was like, oh, you should really get a wedge. Conveniently, it was Amazon Prime days and something was actually on sale. So I have not the one that prevents your pillows from going down. I have like an actual, like full on wedge pillow. I think mine is like a 7-inch or something because it wasn't the highest one. So I had that. And then Eve got me we call it a body pillow in my house, but you can call it pregnancy pillow, whatever. And I have that thing and my wedge pillow. Oh my God. I didn't know I could wake up with my mouth not dry, my nose not bleeding because it's dry because I have really bad allergies. Wake up not stuffed up like a maniac, which I mean, that's the whole allergy regime in general, but that really, really helps. And not feeling like shit and not having my neck hurt or like my body. Because I was at the point where I was like putting pillows in different places. Or my favorite thing in the whole world. My husband's like, we've got to figure out something for you because your arms are always asleep.
Yeah.
Like I'd wake up and my hands would be asleep. My arms would be asleep. And I legitimately couldn't get out of bed. There's nothing scarier than when you wake up and have to pee and you can't wipe because your hands, no worky. So investing in your sleep is a huge thing. It doesn't have to cost a ton of money either. There are things worth investing in or going back to or revisiting. Even if you say, I am never going to do blank. I will never do blank. I will never own this again. Ew, I would never do that. That's this, and this. The only person who knows that you said that most of the time, and if it is you, and if anybody else calls you out, just fucking embrace it.
Or just be like, you know what, I've learned from my mistakes. If you have any trends that you relate to that you feel like really impacted your life in a positive light,
Yes.
let us know down below. And always stay warped and twisted.
Here's our light. Together we'll make it through the night. Burned out perfectionist, it's time to play. Let's embrace the chaos.